So we're back here again with the Okanen podcast, and we've got we're talking about the Oscar nominations, and one of the films nominated for Best Picture, which is Bugonia. Bugonia is about two conspiracy-obsessed young men that kidnap a prominent female CEO, and they're convinced that she's an alien bent on world destruction. So it's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, and it's written by Will Tracy and Jang Jun-hwan, who I think this was actually based off a horror film from like 10 years ago, I want to say a Korean or Chinese horror film. And then the star is Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons and Aiden Delbris are the three main characters in the film.
And he's like a genuinely autistic person.
Yes, Aiden Delbris, he was part of like an autistic theater troupe, and his character in the film is, I would definitely say, autistic or has on a spectrum, and so they have him play it, and I thought he did a wonderful job. He was very convincing, very authentic, and, you felt for him.
So I just want to say this will have spoiler alerts early on, so later we will give away some key elements to the storyline. If you don't want to know them, then you should probably listen to this podcast after you watch the film. Because we're going to go ahead as if you've already seen it.
Yeah, and dive right in.
This is definitely a film you've got to see 2 times. There's no way about it.
Yeah, they really braid the way it's written to stretch out whether, like, your belief, like, are you really picking it up, or there was no giveaway. Like, you kind of have to reconcile that, and so it needs that second time through.
Well, they kidnapped the CEO, Jesse Plemons. So he kidnaps the CEO, which is played by Emma Stone's character. What's her name in the movie?
Her name is Michelle Fuller.
Michelle Fuller, which is played by Emma Stone. Mm-hmm. She's a CEO for a pharmaceutical firm, really powerful pharmaceutical firm, somewhere in the south of Georgia.
Yeah.
And so Jesse Plemons' character has had a previous run-in. His mom is on some kind of experimental drug that is made by this firm.
Yeah.
So seemingly there's an axe to grind there.
Yeah.
And the premise is that he believes this is an alien. There's an alien plot line to destroy humanity. And that's where things get complicated, because until you know whether or not she's an alien, you think Jesse Plemons' character is insane.
Oh, yeah. They give all kinds of clues that would lead you to believe he's a crackpot.
Yeah.
Like, life incidents. They allude to, abuse as a kid, his mother's, addiction struggles, just kind of how they live and how they take care of themselves does not look well taken care of.
Doesn't look like what we would think genius looks like.
Yeah.
But this guy is actually a genius and an unsung hero, because this Emma Stone's character is actually an alien.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the reason why I think the writing of this script is just genius is because early on in the film, at the very first contact of Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons' characters, the writers give you clues that she's actually an alien.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very subtle in that first encounter. But I guess, if you know how to read micro expressions and you know body language and things like that, the writers are telling you, yeah, she's an alien.
Yeah.
But they want it to be so subtle that if you don't catch it throughout every sequence in the movie, the next sequence, they give you another stronger clue that she is an alien. It's still subtle, but it's a little more apparent. Then the next sequence, they give you another clue that she's an alien, all the way to the very last sequence of the movie where there's a total reveal. Yes, she's an alien. So depending on where you are throughout this process of watching the movie, you're going to pick up at some point that she's an actual alien until the last sequence where it's no longer a secret. They tell you she's an actual alien, so they show her boarding back on the alien ship. So there may be some viewers that don't get that she's an alien until they see her in her alien outfit talking to the other aliens. That may be when you finally figure out she's an alien, or it's possible you can figure it out in the very second sequence of the movie after the initial kidnapping, when they show them in their natural habitats, and then it goes into the second sequence when they do the kidnapping.
Mm-hmm. And I think that speaks to Emma Stone's acting ability as well, because we watched it together, and like the first time through, you knew almost instantly. Like you said, that second sequence, you knew that she was lying. She was an alien. And for me, it took me much longer. It took me almost until she got beamed back up. Just because like you said, I'm not as good at reading like the micro expressions and all the little things, but I was also piling up the evidence that Jesse Plemons' character Teddy was giving, and it's like, well, he's a crackpot.
That's the diversion.
Yeah,
that's why I said I think this script is really good writing.
Yeah, and it's not dishonest at all. You just have to know what you're looking at, and even like the subtlety of Emma Stone, like the first one where like the tells that she's lying are so subtle and so natural with how she's acting and being her character and everything.
But the clues are there.
They are there, and the more you see it, the more times you see it, it's like, ugh, how can you not? This is not a normal human being's response
in a situation like this. This is not the way a normal human being would react. A normal woman that's being kidnapped.
Even a very accomplished woman, like, you have some serious legitimate fears for your safety. Are you going to die? Is some other personal harm going to come to you? And she doesn't have those concerns.
No.
She wants control. Even the way she, in the first encounter, she's like, I'm not in control of this situation. But the way she's talking is she could absolutely take control of the whole thing.
And that's what she tries to do throughout. She's constantly trying to get control of the situation, which she should, whether she's an alien or not.
Yeah.
Anybody in that situation, whether you were a human or an alien in that particular situation, that's exactly how you should handle it. Yeah.
But having the wherewithal to be that aware and poised to do that.
Yeah, she had them clocked the whole time. And the funny thing is, there's a moment in the film where she knew the whole time. If she's an alien, she knew she was an alien. Yeah. And she wasn't sure how convinced that she was an alien, or if it was guesswork. Mm-hmm. Like he just got lucky and stumbled on it. Mm-hmm. So she held the line. She just kept, playing this game as if, no, I'm not an alien, until her cover was finally blown. And then she realized that he knew she was an alien.
Yeah. Even like when the first time she admits she's an alien, the way she's saying it is, she still sounds like she's just placating him.
Well, yes, she does that.
Yeah.
She's placating him the entire time until she realizes she can't anymore because he knows what he's talking about. But what I like about the fact that I caught on in the second sequence, which is when they revealed that she's an actual alien, and I realized that was the first reveal to catch it. There was no reveal previous to that, that you could have caught it. So when they revealed that she's an alien, from there on out, you realize Jesse Plemons' character is actually not as crazy as you would think if somebody's watching this film and they don't know if this woman's an alien or not.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually a hero. He's trying to save the human species.
But he doesn't look like what we feel like heroes should look like.
Right.
And so that and all his characters, like experience and life experience and everything, like gets caught up in that diversion where you're like, he can't be right. He's crazy. And he's not.
Well,
And
I think, were you finished?
Yeah.
Well, I think that, and it goes back again to the way this script was written. It's like, it seems like they have multiple drafts because it's a layering process that can only come from writing multiple drafts. And so his character is what we're projecting on to his character. We don't think that that's what a hero should look like.
yeah.
We think that that's what a crazy person looks like. Where there's also this reveal because his, Jesse Plemons' character is, let's say, he's representative of maybe 1% of the people on the planet that actually know what's going on the planet. Whether there's aliens on the planet, whether we have interactions with them, the power that exists behind world leaders, because none of the world leaders that you think are actually in power, there's a power structure that exists behind them. So, for let's say the president of the United States, the average citizen may think everything that the president is doing and saying is coming from him. There's no power structure behind him that's invisible to the general population, that dictates to a president or to a world leader what they should be or should not be doing. But that power structure does exist. Jeremy Plemons' character,
Jesse
Plemons' character, is representative of that 1% that knows of these layers. His cousin, what was his name?
Donnie,
he is representative of the majority of the planet's population, which is how an alien culture would review the majority of the planet as autistic, as the same way that we were looking at that character. It's more than likely the way an alien intelligence would look at the 99%
of our human race
of this species, where they are, prone to follow their desires,
self-destructive.
They're self-destructive, and all these different things. There's no true sense of agency. They think there's a true sense of agency, but it's really they're being led around by desires. I think there's a lot of deep messages in this movie. Who's going up against this for Best Picture?
Best Picture this year is really stacked. We have The Secret Agent, Bugonia, which we're talking about right now, Marty Supreme, Train Dreams, F1, Sinners, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sentimental Value. Those are all the Best Picture nominees.
There's a couple more on there that we we've got to watch.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was really interesting. Emma Stone got a nomination for Best Actress, but Jesse Plemons, I really think, got snubbed for actor. He did not get nominated, and I thought he was phenomenal.
he didn't get nominated at all.
No, he was super convincing. Like you just like couldn't wrap your head around him. You know what I mean? Like the way he's thinking, the way he looks, all his background and all the things he's doing. Like it was so complicated, and he carried it off, and you didn't catch him acting in any of it. This is who he is.
Yeah, you didn't. I couldn't catch him acting at all. Who's in the category for Best Actor?
Best Actor is Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, and I think that's an Argentinian film, and then Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, which I haven't seen anything about that one. I need to check that one out.
Well, Jesse Plemons is not in that category. Mm-mm. For shame, man.
Right?
For shame. Because his character killed it. He
always brings it too. Like,
yeah, every time.
Even on the Black Mirror episode, they have 2 episodes now, but it's the USS Callister.
Yeah, and they're working on the 3rd one now. So there's gonna be a 3rd one.
There is?
Yeah,
Holy
they're working
shit.
on it. It's gonna probably be about an hour and a half long.
Wow, it keeps getting. It's worth being a full movie. It was.
Well, the second one is about an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
And the first one I think was at least an hour.
Yeah, I think it was like 15 minutes, an hour or something like that.
And then they went into the second one, and now the 3rd one, because remember Jesse Plemons' character didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
They left him stranded in space.
Yeah. In the middle of that little created.
Oh no! His character that was trapped inside the center of the universe, he died. She split his head open.
Oh yeah.
But the Jesse Plemons character from the original McAllister, he's still floating around in space.
Oh yeah, because he just like became a vegetable.
Well, he didn't become a vegetable. They left him in his ship, and he got stranded because he didn't make it through the wormhole. Mm-hmm. So he's still floating around in some void where the character of him that was duplicated and was stuck in the middle of the game system creating universes or creating worlds, she killed him. Yeah. But the actual one that died behind his desk, but he's still floating out in space.
Yeah.
They're going to figure out a way to bring him back.
Dang.
Because you want to bring him back.
Right. He's such a good villain.
He's a really good villain.
Yeah.
And so to bring him back is going to make whatever they decide to do with this. And writing has gotten so good, you can't lie to your viewer.
And you can't do some crazy off the wall like soap opera type like return. Like it has to be believable.
No, it reminds me of that scene in with James Caan and remember the movie He's a Writer? Misery with Kathy Bateman and James Caan. Kathy Bates when she wants him to rewrite and bring Jessica Chastain back to life, the character.
Yeah.
And so she gives him this example of in the serials that how the car would go off of the cliff, and then the next episode he somehow escaped the car.
Yeah.
She's like, he didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car. So you can't do that.
No.
You got to be legit. If he went off the cliff in the car, you got to start from there.
Right.
So, but, you've got writers out here that are able to do that because this Bugonia is genius. Because unless you catch that first sequence where they reveal he's an alien or she's an alien, you've got to watch it again. Because now you're going to watch this entire movie first time not knowing she's an alien and thinking he's a crackpot. The second time you watch it, you're going to watch it knowing she's actually an alien and he is a hero because he was right.
Yeah.
He was trying to save humanity, and ultimately they kill everybody on the planet, which is what he was trying to prevent.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, too, the director, Yorgos Lanthimos, he's done a couple other films that have gotten a lot of attention. The Favorite, which is about Queen Anne in the Regency era, and Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz were in it, and Olivia Colman got an Oscar for that one. And then it was, I think 2 years ago now, The Poor Things was Emma Stone, and she got her Oscar for that one.
And that's the Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, where she's like, it's like a twist on the Frankenstein where Emma Stone's character is quote unquote Frankenstein and just has a wild experience being out in the world. He chooses these really unusual stories.
Yeah, that reflect reality in different ways.
Yeah.
Like this one, Bugonia, is a different reflection on reality and the importance of the bees.
Yeah.
How important is the bees and how important is a beehive society. There's quite a few allusions in this movie to Freemasonry that are so extremely subtle that unless you're a Freemason and not some crackpot that thinks you know Freemasonry and you don't actually know it, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
It's like there's some extremely subtle messages in there for Masons only.
Yeah. Another one that I caught, it caught my attention. It had to do kind of with the bees and the concept with the queen bee and the queen, because it also turns out that Emma Stone's character is, not only is she an alien, but she's the current emperor.
Yeah.
When they show Jesse Plemons' character at work and he's in the lunchroom and he's watching the news, they have a picture of her, is her, CEO position hanging in the break room. And that's something you see in Great Britain. You know what I mean? You have a picture of the Queen, or right now it would be King Charles. You have a picture of the Queen or the King around, and he's working. He's a worker bee. He's working for her company, actually.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like another, like a fractal of the whole thing right there.
Yeah, that's a great insight, that picture right there, because she is a queen bee. And so, yeah, that's mind-blowing, because they do have that picture of her hanging in there as if she's the CEO, but when he does kidnap her, she lets him know, my company is an economic engine for this entire region.
Yeah.
Which is what a beehive is.
Yeah.
So, and it's right there. And it's amazing because we have certain societies here that are beehive societies that have a certain kind of responsibility towards humanity. And although she was an alien, this was about her responsibility towards humanity.
Yeah.
She was an economic engine, and she was providing jobs for an entire tri-state. So it's really something to get into and break down, the state of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And how you fall into the scheme of things and how you can personally affect the outcome.
Yeah. Because one of the things they talked about, too, with the bees was the colony collapse disorder.
Yeah.
And, if you broaden that out, it looks like what we see on the news every day.
Yeah, that's what we're experiencing. We're experiencing a colony collapse disorder right now,
Mm-hmm.
at least in the United States,
Yeah.
where society begins to erode in different ways and people forget the roles that they play in society. And it starts with like a breakdown of the nuclear family unit, which is
Yeah.
the smallest unit in a society, is that
Mm-hmm.
nuclear family.
Yeah.
And so if there is a gap in the communication process where, you know, women or men either or no longer want to date.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a study that said, women are not dating anymore. Men are not dating anymore
Yeah.
in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
There's forces at play that most people don't realize are dictating your actions to you in a way that you think these are your own decisions and choices.
Mm-hmm.
The power structure that is controlling your decisions and choices they're masking it in a way that you think it's coming from you. It's intrinsic and it's not.
Yeah. You're being programmed without even realizing it.
Yeah, there's a program behind the program.
Yeah.
So you can't, but you have to look for the behavior pattern and the result, the cause and the effect.
Mm-hmm.
The effect is society is breaking down because of this. This is not in your own best interest.
Yeah.
If your choices are causing social virus, because viruses are not always microbial. You can get viruses that are social, that are mental, in different ways. And so I think this movie, Bugonia, speaks to a lot of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's up for Best Picture.
Yes.
And it's up against Sinners.
Yeah.
And Sinners is a lot going on too, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much going on in Sinners that it won't, be fully
Understood
for a few years.
Yeah.
And then you've got F1, which is an amazing film to watch just because I like F1. I like the sport.
Right.
And I think Brad Pitt is always on his A game.
Yeah. He's not just a pretty face.
He's not just a pretty face. Javier Bardem, he always shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like the sport. I like these actors.
Well, and it's the first time they've been able to do an F1 film where it's filmed in F1. Like they were at some of the races doing filming while races were going on. Like they worked around it and stuff, but like it's real racing.
But what film didn't get nominated for the Best Picture?
What film didn't?
That should have.
That's a tough call because I feel like all the ones that are in there are deserving.
I thought something got snubbed.
I would have to go back and look because I feel like these are some really good ones.
You've got One Battle After Another.
That's one of my favorites.
You've got F1.
Frankenstein.
Bugonia.
Yeah.
What else?
Marty Supreme. We haven't seen that
Marty
one.
Supreme. I don't know. Something is escaping me. It was something we saw that we felt like should have gotten nominated but didn't.
Yeah. We'll have to revisit that one. So, what do you give Bugonia? 1 to 3 stars.
3.
3. I give it like 2.5. Like I really liked it. I thought the acting was great. It was good. But maybe just personal preference on type of movie. I don't know. But I gave it 2.5.
All right, fair enough. Bugonia. If you didn't check it out, check it out.